I built this Google Analytics dashboard entirely with Claude to monitor my website's performance. If I had done this with Data Studio, Power BI, or any other data visualization tool, it would have easily taken me about 2 days of work. With Claude, it took me less than 10 minutes. By the end of this video, you'll be able to build this exact same dashboard for your website's Google Analytics using the skill I created for you. Let's get started. To build this dashboard, we're going to use Claude, but you can use other AIs like ChatGPT. To get your GA4 data into Claude, you could go into your Google Analytics panel, download the report data you need in CSV format, and then upload it to Claude. The problem with this is that if you wanted to cross-reference the data, it's going to be very difficult, and it'll also be a process that will always be manual. You won't be able to automate it. To avoid all this, we're going to use an MCP. What is an MCP? Basically, an MCP is a connection that allows Claude or any other AI model like ChatGPT to access data from other platforms and work with that information. Think of it as a bridge between the platform and Claude. In this case, it's going to be a bridge between Google Analytics and Claude. For this exercise, we're going to connect the Porter Metrics MCP. Once you connect it, you'll be able to access all the information GA4 has on your site. Connecting it is super easy. Just go to portermetrics.com and create your free account. Next, go to Claude, click on Customize, click on Connectors, add a custom connector, name it Porter Metrics, and paste this URL where it says MCP server URL. Click Add and connect your Porter Metrics account. Then, in a new chat, simply ask Claude to add a new Google Analytics account to your Porter Metrics MCP. Claude will reply with an authorization link. You make the connection, and that's it. Now, let's build the dashboard. A good Google Analytics dashboard should have the following. What are the conversions and events being generated when people visit your website or app? The total number of sessions being produced. You should also be able to see at a single glance the demographics of your website visitors, what country they're from, what languages they speak, their age, and what devices they're using when they land on your site. You should also be able to identify which pages get the most traffic, the number of active users, and the average time they spend visiting. To meet these needs, our dashboard will have 4 pages. A conversion page to see how our events are performing, an audience page to identify our visitors' demographics, a third page for content, so we can see which pages have the most traffic, active users for each of them, and the average visit time each of those pages receives. And a fourth page called Time Metrics to identify the hours and days we get the most traffic and the weekly trend of our key metrics. Perfect. Now that we know what the structure of our dashboard will be, let's write the prompt. First, the prompt must include the Google Analytics account you want to build this dashboard for. It should also include instructions on the design you want to give it, whether you want it dark, light, the style of the charts, if you want it to carry a brand's identity, etc. And the page structure and metrics that each of those pages will contain. This is what we defined just a few minutes ago. Once you have your prompt well structured, if you enter it into Claude exactly as is, what Claude will do is create a live artifact, like the one you're seeing on screen right now. Live artifacts are an HTML file you can interact with. However, they have a huge limitation, which is that the live artifact won't update in real time. It's just a snapshot of the data you got the first time. To fix this, it's best to build the dashboard using Porter Metrics infrastructure. That will allow the data to update constantly. You'll never have to rebuild the dashboard because once you make it, the data flows live to Claude, and Claude can consume it to feed the dashboard. Second, you'll be able to share the dashboard with a link, unlike the live artifact, which is an HTML file you need to download. Third, you'll be able to assign roles to your team. For example, you can give an admin, editor, or view-only role to someone you want to collaborate with on this dashboard. Plus, you can also download a PDF to send or share with your client as a presentation. The dashboard I've shown you throughout the video was built using the Porter Metrics MCP. This is what allowed me to have the visual design, keep the information updated, and be able to share it. So you can also have this same Google Analytics dashboard. What you need to do is download the skill, which is in the first comment or in the description. And once you have it installed in Claude, you'll be able to run it in any of its interfaces: Claude Chat, Claude Cowork, or Claude Code. If you're going to run it inside Claude Chat, you'll have to do an extra step, which is to allow Claude to access the Porter Metrics domain. To do this, you'll do the following. Click on your profile, click on Settings, then go to where it says Capabilities, and under Domain Allow List, paste this exact text just as I'm showing you on screen, *.portermetrics.com. That will allow Claude to access the Porter Metrics domain. And since you already have the skill downloaded, now go to a new chat and ask it to build the dashboard with your account, which you should have previously connected to Porter Metrics. Claude will take a few minutes to think, and in just a moment, you'll have this dashboard with your information. If you want to change the design or edit it, that's up to you, and you can also do it with Claude. I hope you found this video very useful. Share it with anyone who needs it, subscribe, and see you next time.